Say just focus on the relationships, focus on like what they actually care about, where they are, meet your buyers where they are. If they're on a Slack community, if maybe they're in Reddit, maybe they're in core or whatever the thing is, it's like they're not all on LinkedIn, because I was talking to someone about manufacturing, and like manufacturing people aren't on LinkedIn, but they spend $30,000 on like newspaper sponsorships because they're so old school that they don't know how to actually like get into reaching the right people, and they have crazy amounts of money. That's an untapped market, by the way, if you want to like get into like the creator side of it, which is so interesting to me. But like, again, it's figuring out where they are, build those relationships, and just give value. Like, I'm not, for me, for 3.5 years I give. Now I'm at the point of like asking, because I'm building something on my own. But I've hopefully given enough value over 3.5 years, between prospects, between customers, between just marketers and salespeople in general, that now that I'm asking for something, it will work out.
Yeah, and my advice, pretty similar to Nick, sort of in the same vein, is figure out who you're selling to, and you don't even necessarily need to ask those prospects or ask customers that you're working with. You can ask somebody internally who works in that department. If you are selling to engineers, go talk to your engineers and ask them, how would you like to be sold to? What would be a turnoff? What would you love? Figure out how to develop a process that directly meets what your ICP loves and hates.
I think my biggest thing here, and how we've sort of done it at Nevadic, tying to the whole theme of this podcast, is this really has to be a joint marketing and sales effort, because leadership is going to scoff a little bit at the idea of spending money on creators or influencers, especially if they're more old school. So you need sales on your team. And so you need to do some testing with them to get them to say what Ben said earlier on this podcast, that these are some of our best leads. You hear that, you're golden. But if you're trying to do this as a silo, it's much harder for marketing.